Joe, that's a Hall of Fame terrible take right there.
No, it's not. It's true. It's so true.
What?
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James
puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh, yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second. What is up, everybody? We got a wardrobe change going on here. 3 and a possible here, though. We got the first week of the NBA season underway, completed.
I just had to change real quick. You know, it felt good. It felt good. It felt right. Yes, sir. Let's go. Yes, sir. I'm just saying, the man damn near 40. Looking pretty damn good.
Hey, before we get into like the topics, that
R.I.P.
freeze frame, that freeze frame of when he jumped up to deflect that pass the other night, insane.
Drug test that man.
Somebody.
Drug test that man.
God damn.
Drug test that man. Bronny on the same stuff too. That's why he had a heart attack. But anyway,
you're honestly probably not wrong, but that's for another day. So we're gonna get into a few things.
Everybody has a resource.
As we go around the league, we got LeBron on a minutes restriction. We'll talk about that. First reaction to the Celtics. First reaction to the new look Bucks. Wemby made his debut. He's played a few games now. The Suns start the season pretty banged up to 2 of their 3 stars. So should we be worried about that? And then, of course, you know how we end this show. We choose love. We choose violence. But first, we got to start with LeBron and this minutes restriction with your guys as the Lakers. It sounds like it's about 30-ish minutes a game is what they're going with right now. And it seems like they're being pretty strict about it, right? Like that first game of the year against the Nuggets, a lot of shit was talked all off season. And like they just like were pretty much yanking them right at the time.
The man just played a whole fourth quarter and had 35 minutes.
He did. I mean, but still, 35 that's nowhere near what you're.
And they needed him to close out that game. They needed him for that whole fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. So we have some other LeBron comments that we'll talk about right after this. But first reaction from you guys is, what do you guys think about this whole, extra attention that's being paid to his minutes? Joe, you got the LeBron jersey on, so you might as well start us off.
It's great. It makes sense, but it's not going to work if there's a certain person out there who doesn't do what they're supposed to do. And we all know who we're talking about. We're talking about Anthony Davis. It's a great idea. Not only do you stick to it, LeBron already keeps saying publicly and the media, AD, this is AD's team. So now you say it, AD know it's his team. He's not going to show up every night. But now you got the coaches, hey, Anthony Davis, we're going to force you to have to show up because LeBron only playing 30 minutes. He ain't playing. He'll play 35 minutes every now and then, but he ain't playing 30 minutes, 35 plus minutes every game. So now that puts a little bit more of that forcing that hand on AD of having to show up. The question is, will he do it? And I think we all know that answer. At least so far, damn it. He ain't done nothing to prove it unless it was in the bubble. That was it. I'll give him credit, though. Anthony Davis looked good defensively. I will give him that defensively. But I think it's ridiculous to expect Austin Reeves to step up and not Anthony Davis. You need Anthony Davis to step up so the minutes restriction can actually work out. Because you're going to need LeBron to do like he did in that game and show up and make 2 or 3 shots in the fourth quarter. He played defense actually in that game too in that fourth quarter. Lock down some defense, make a couple of blocks, and just make a couple points in the fourth quarter. And that's how you're going to win in the playoffs. But if you got to ride LeBron getting 35 plus minutes a game, it ain't going to work.
Yeah, 35 needs to be like the ceiling. Devion, what you think? What you think? LeBron on minutes restriction, you like it? You love it? Or I'll even throw another twist for you, Devion, since you're more of a Lakers fan than a LeBron fan, like Joe. Do you think the Lakers can survive it? Do you think the Lakers can survive it?
No, I told you we were gonna be
Kobe pants on.
Yeah, true. I told you we're gonna be number 6. Hey, I don't expect nothing different from him. Dude, 50 years old, like he can't keep playing 40 minutes a game. So I don't really like the
That's
minute
true.
restriction. Well, I don't mind it actually. 30, 35 minutes is cool. It just depends on when they, sub them out. Like in Denver, they subbed them out like bad times. We got it down to 6. Then they subbed them out. Then they went back up
Yeah.
to 12. They put them back in. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it like that, that ain't gonna work. And Anthony Davis, what is he
Man,
playing? He's gonna play half the games. He gonna play good. It's probably gonna be at home. The other half on away game. That's what
I
we
want
gotta work.
I had a parlay. Now that online gambling is legal in Kentucky, I had a parlay game.
Why
I
you
needed
did?
just one single point from Anthony Davis in the entire second half,
Yeah,
and he stuck my parlay.
bro.
gotta get 1 point.
This got to be
One.
like a mental thing at
One.
this point because it's like how you know what I'm saying? How you that good? You score 17 in the first half. You miss all your
Bro,
shots the
he
next
was
one.
playing exactly like we all have been begging him to play too.
Nigga.
He was going
Yeah,
inside, getting to the rim, and then he takes 6 shots in the second half. Granted, a good chunk of them were at the rim, but like you just couldn't finish. It seems like he like mentally checked out. Like Lakers
man.
can't
It's
survive
like
that.
he
They can't
lose
survive that.
one. He missed one shot, 1 or 2 shots in a row. You in his head, he done. I feel like that's what it comes to it like that. So, hey, 6 seed looking good for me. Shit, it might be.
Yeah.
It's about right what I
Man.
thought it was gonna be. I don't think we, I know they got us high up about winning, but LeBron not playing 40 minutes, AD not giving that production. They don't have a shot of winning the championship. I don't care
I mean,
what.
I'm hoping.
That-
I'm hoping. So my opinion on this is, I think it's great for the first 4 or 5 months of the season. I think they do need to take it off though at whether it's the last month of the season or whatever, because come playoff time, like we can't
Yeah.
be talking about, oh well, it's time to get LeBron. Like he's got to be able to
You
go.
gotta play
You got to,
all
like you're
every
saying,
game,
Devion.
all day.
I think the one thing that Darvin Ham will get better at as the season goes on is managing his minutes, but not doing it so strictly to where, okay, we're kind of making a run right now, but it's the time that I wrote down that I have to take LeBron out, so I'm going to take him out.
Yeah.
I think, and that's a hard thing to manage for an entire season. I think it's going to take some practice and some reps with real games going on, with real pressure, gauging how the game's going, to really get that down. But like you can't, like you said, like they would cut it to 6 and like they're rolling, and then out goes LeBron. Game swings right back to Denver, and
Yeah, Denver, the team that you need to be competitive with, even if we don't beat them. We need to be within like 3 points because
you
down
got to
the
be
line,
figuring
like
some
they think they
things
got
out
our
because you
number.
you have to kind of assume you're probably gonna have to see them in the playoffs. So like you only get 3 or 4 games against them in the regular season. You need to make sure you're learning something in all of those games so you can take something when you're going into the playoffs, way down the road. But another thing I want to ask you guys about with LeBron, Joe, back to you. We heard him when he was mic'd up in game 1, how he says, I can play point guard too. I'm out here just floating, blah, blah. He didn't seem to love how he was being used in game 1. Seems like that changed a little bit in game 2. But your kind of overall thoughts on the LeBron point guard thing and just the Lakers roles as they sit right now.
First of all, to cap off the minutes restrictions, LeBron has never played less than 33 minutes a game in his career, so I think he's going to be closer to 33 than 30. But
yeah.
LeBron was talking about he worried about D'Angelo Russell. And I text y'all that. I sent y'all the text. On that mic'd up play before that, when he went to the bench, if you watch the sequence of plays before that, he was at the elbow and D'Angelo Russell took a shot or passed it off. And LeBron said, hey, I can see the entire court on the elbow. The next play they go down, LeBron get in position, waiting to get the pass, and D'Angelo Russell take a 30-foot shot three-pointer. That's the problem with the Lakers right now. And it's always going to be the problem. And that's what LeBron was trying to say. I don't think LeBron was saying, hey, let me be the point guard the entire season. I think he was like, hey, hey, I can play point guard. Like, I can run this thing. And I think that's what the Lakers need. If you look at them in the bubble, And Anthony Davis, and when he was at his best, he had Rondo who could set him up. If you look at Anthony Davis right now, his jump shot gone, and he needs somebody who can set him up. When he loses that temperament and wants to go, he needs somebody who can say, "Here, I'm gonna get you an easy shot. Get in your spot you like to be in. I'm gonna put it right in your pocket, and you can get you an easy shot." And they don't have that right now, and I think that's what they need. So that was LeBron sarcastically saying, like, "Hey, we need a point guard because this shit ain't working. Gabe Vincent ain't working. D'Angelo Russell ain't working. Austin Reeves can't be the main ball handler, so they need to go out there and get a point guard. They need to trade D'Angelo Russell.
Yep.
Okay, trade a pick too if you can get you a legit point guard, but they need a point guard.
Can I interest you in a lightly used Kyle Lowry?
No.
Just give us Gabe back. Just give us Gabe back.
I don't want Kyle Lowry.
No.
Devion, what do you think? What do you think, Devion?
I agree with y'all. Like we don't have no point guard. We just got a bunch of shooting guards and that are playing point guards because D'Lo is a fucking shooting guard. Like he plays like a shooting guard, and if he's taller, he'll be a small forward. That'd be like the perfect position he's in because he ain't trying to distribute the ball. I'm surprised he's still on the team. I ain't gonna lie. I thought they was gonna trade him in the offseason, but I guess I was wrong. But yeah, we need a point guard. Like if Rondo, we get like a Rondo, that would have been perfect because LeBron, especially if you're not gonna have him in there all 40 minutes, they used to going through everything through him. So when he's not off, you got to get somebody who used to doing the ball handling and distributing the ball. So if he just gonna be floating out there, it just makes it seem like by the end of this, pretty much, if we don't get no point guard and we get somebody who can really pass the ball and get everybody involved, I don't see LeBron go be there once that contract is up. It ain't he gone because you can't piss him off. Like
I'll put it to you like this: I think LeBron has to be the main. I think the offense has to run through LeBron, whether he's point guard and like dribbling, like none of that really matters. But him at the elbow is a great offense no matter what. But like where he's just kind of like floating out on the wing, which I think is what he was kind of complaining about.
That was
again, like he's going to be effective from anywhere because he's LeBron, but it's just you're not going to maximize the rest of your team that way. And I think to me, with the way that the roster is constructed right now, I think D'Lo has to go to the bench. D'Lo's best form, I think, is 6-man. Just let him come in with the backups. Let him just go focus on scoring. You start getting him into a mode where he's going to try and think about playmaking and distributing. Like you're going to get the worst version of D'Lo. It's still not going to be good for the Lakers. I would put Gabe Vincent starting at the point guard. And again, I'm not necessarily saying let Gabe run the offense. I don't think that's what he's best suited for. He never did that in Miami. And a thing that just always annoys me is when teams get a player and then don't use them how they had success with their prior team. Like if you
that's wild.
Got Gabe to be like a point guard, well, he never did that in Miami. Like, yes, he was the starting point guard, but the games were always run through Bam. Like Bam was the guy that kind of orchestrated the offense at the high post for the majority of the opportunities. Gabe was really guarding the opposing point guard, but then he was more of a shot creator for himself or catch and shoot for, threes. Like that's what Gabe does. And it's, the Lakers are just not really using him completely in that way yet, which whatever, I think they'll get used to it. But I think you throw him in there to start, let LeBron handle the playmaking to begin the game. Gabe can play off that, and D'Lo just come in and score. Just try and score with the bench players and, be a plus that way.
Well, maybe you let D'Lo start, but he's technically the 6-man. Because if D'Lo gets hot early, then that changes the entire game.
Yeah.
Like you want to see if he can get hot early because I don't think you want to throw him in halfway through the first and then he cold and then it's over. Like you want to see if it's gonna work or not right away.
I don't know. I like in my head, I guess I'm thinking of when the Heat had success with Hero as 6-man, right? Like that type of player. Where he's just so much more skilled than like the players he's going in against in the middle of the game. Like once they start bringing their subs in, I think D'Lo can thrive in that kind of role. And so, like, whether you have like a narrow lead, a big lead, or you're even down a little bit, I think he's going to be probably the best player on the court for a lot of those times once the big stars come out the game. But
Yeah, he's just gonna try to outscore everybody.
and which is fine. That's fine if he's not playing with LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
That's true. That's true.
It's a fact.
You want Max Strus back yet?
No. Not happy.
Okay.
I'm happy that he had.
Okay.
No, I do not want him back. I am much happier with Duncan Robinson getting all of those minutes and playing. And the Heat's offense looks the best right now when Duncan is in the game because everything just keeps moving. The spacing. They just got to get the fourth quarter figured out.
I mean, the guy you was mad that you gave $90 million to a year ago.
I was never mad about Duncan. Yeah, I was never mad about Duncan.
The Nation was so mad about Duncan. Whatever. Come on.
I was never mad about Duncan. I was mad about Strus. I was mad that Duncan didn't get more minutes. But let's move on. Celtics beat my Heat on Friday night in a pretty good close game. But I want your guys' first reaction to the new look Celtics. We've seen them play now 2 or 3 games with Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. Porzingis monster game 1, 30 points and some blocks against that bullshit team up in New York. Joe, what's your thought on the new look Celtics?
Man, Porzingis looked nice. That looked like healthy Porzingis. He looked good. He looked really good, but we'll see how healthy he can stay. I will say that. But they look good. They're a solid team. I like their starting lineup. I mean, we should all be a damn shame of ourselves. We bullied that man Derek White to shaving his head. But they got a good, solid defense, and I like what they're doing. I really like the addition of Porzingis and how he fitting in. I still think they play on the perimeter way too much. Like, get Porzingis in the post. Like, dog, what are you doing? I get it, though. It's a long season, and you worry about him getting hurt.
I saw Porzingis take a fadeaway jump shot over Kyle fucking Lowry. Blew my mind. Like mid-range area, just didn't want to put him on his back and okay, keep doing that.
And I saw Jaylen Brown trying to use his left hand a little bit more. I've noticed that too. They could be good. They could be good, but we'll see. I still think they playing on the perimeter a little too much for me. But right now, they look like the second best team in the East, which everybody expected. And I don't think they may end up being the 1 seed because the way they just gonna play offensively, it's gonna be hard to stop them. And if they can actually play defense with Jrue Holiday like they did with Marcus Smart, they're gonna have a good defense too. I think they'd be good in the regular season. It's all gonna come down to the playoffs and if they can actually go to the post.
Devion, what you got?
Yeah, I don't think they need to go to the post, really. I think they're cool. They gonna outscore everybody. I think
not when the game slow down in the postseason.
It don't matter. Porzingis
don't be hurt by that.
Nah, see that thing about is like they problem was when they like the fourth quarter come, you got them two, you got Brown and you got Tatum gas. Now you throw Porzingis in there who can get you 30 every night. That's gonna slow it down. And then anybody get hot on the offensive end, you kind of throw Jrue Holiday at him, depending on the position. You kind of slow him down. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like if it's, you know what I'm saying, all the problems that they had where they lost last year, it looked like they solved all those problems so far. So, and they go score a lot. So, like, Porzingis.
All right, I'm gonna pump the brakes on that. I think we need to see them in more high leverage games where we start saying that they've solved all their problems with last year, because their biggest flaw for years now is turnovers and not being able to be organized in the fourth quarter of playoff games. Right? They outplayed the Heat in the fourth quarter, so that's a good one game sample size. Like, that was a good sample size. I would personally argue that was more about how inept the Heat were than what the Celtics were really doing, because I saw, like Joe was saying, Jaylen really trying to use that left hand. He gave it right away quite a few times, some crucial moments. So
Porzingis is the answer for that. That's why I'm saying
they definitely went to Porzingis a lot in the fourth quarter.
I'm serious.
They did.
That's what they did. So when
they really did against the Knicks, I thought. See, the thing
especially against the Knicks, they did against the Knicks. If he has that mismatch of the height and there's not a big on him that can bully him, they should feed him all the time.
But he go get boards, even if it's a big man down low. He go get a couple boards, and Jrue Holiday go play defense on it.
Here's where I'm worried about them because I'm not thinking about the Celtics against the Knicks. I know the Celtics will handle the Knicks in the playoffs, right? I'm not worried about. There's two teams that I'm worried about the Celtics with, right? That is the Bucks, obviously, and then the Heat. Those are the two teams I think that's their measuring stick with their core when it comes to thinking about the playoffs. No, I'm not even going to give them any credit because no, fuck them. The Sixers have just not done enough, so screw them. They're two teams. Bam made Porzingis his child in that game. If Bam can do it, I'm like Giannis damn sure will do it because that's just the ultimate, like in terms of like their offensive play styles. If you're getting babied at the rim by Bam, you're definitely gonna get babied by Giannis. So the thing where a lot of people were worried about with Robert Williams leaving in the rim protection, Porzingis great. Guards trying to go in there, he'll swat that shit away all the time. But again, you got to worry about Milwaukee. And I don't know that I see them beating Milwaukee in a series because they've also looked pretty good with their new additions.
Al Horford, bro. Al Horford is the Giannis key.
But are you going to play Giannis?
The Giannis kryptonite. I'm just saying.
Are you going to play Horford and Porzingis together though?
I mean, you may have to in certain amounts of stretches, not for a long period, but if you need a few possessions.
To me, that would worry me offensively. You know, again, we start talking about like.
But you would also feel you'd be like, bro, we got Tatum and we got Brown and Porzingis. We better be able to score.
Yeah, Porzingis got like 17. Brown got almost 30.
You could put out if you put Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Al Horford out there, you still got plenty of offense.
Derek White almost had 30.
I'm worried about the spacing though, and like
you got the defense
is actually going to run.
But it's only for a few possessions. You know, if you need to stop Giannis from getting hot or Dame for a stretch, we're talking about a 2-3 minute stretch, maybe.
Let's talk about Dame though. He's looked good with the Bucks. New look Bucks. Joe, what do you think about them?
That was a professional transition. That's why I brought Dame up. That was great. The Bucks, I like them, man. They looking good. Brook Lopez still looking good. Dame, that's great, man. Like you go from you won the finals with Chris Middleton being your fourth quarter bucket getter. Now you got Dame. Like that atmosphere was wild. This is the first time those, like, obviously everybody know about Dame, but those fans in Milwaukee, that's their first time seeing Dame just pulling up from half court making shots. Like that atmosphere is going to be crazy. That's a legit home field advantage. And just Dame, you literally got the perfect person to go to. You can be in every single game and you got your closer, and Giannis can still, I don't care what nobody say, Giannis is a closer too. I see him do it in the finals, 21 for 21 from the free throw line. So, and he got that line in him. He want to win another championship. I think everybody should be worried about the Bucks at this moment. It's a lot of teams that look good, but Milwaukee is probably on the mountaintop right now. I don't even care about the Nuggets look good too, but I think if they go against the Bucks, that's going to be tough. That's going to be real tough because Milwaukee big, strong, and they got a lot of offense now. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Devion?
Yeah, that's yeah. I think Milwaukee's they looking good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because Chris Middleton,
no denying him.
I know he ain't played much, but the shit he did is what I expect him to do. He scored a few points. And then when the problem gonna come in, like Joe said, like in the fourth quarter. Like, I never was a fan of like Chris Middleton taking the last shot ever. I really wasn't. And I know people would say, oh, he can close. I wasn't a fan of that. And then when Chris Middleton goes in, he only gets you 16. Giannis got to score 40, got to get 15 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
He don't got to do that no more. Giannis can score 20 to 20. He can score 25 points. Dame might get him 40. And you can't guard him. So you got to play on one-on-one. Dame, you got to play him at half court. Giannis go be down there getting boards. They got the size. So, like, Denver go run through a lot of people because, like, Jokic is so big, so they don't really have they got good guard play, good size. But when you got somebody who actually can bang with, you know what I'm saying, Jokic.
You got Brook Lopez.
Yeah, then you got
Giannis.
Run. You know what I'm saying? then you got to make them run, and then you got to go back and forth. So it's just like, it's gonna slow it down. So like, I think the Bucks, they're gonna be the hardest matchup, I think, for Denver if they play them like in the finals. That'd be a hard matchup for them. And Bucks hey man, thank God they got somebody outside of Chris Middleton because I was not a fan of him. I just want him to play defense and get 10 points a game. Like for real. That's all I really expect out of him. So yeah, this is Dame looking good to get him his first ring. I ain't gonna lie. He looking real good.
I would say they got to be in the catbird seat, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of looking at them,
they should be everybody's top 3.
At least in the East.
Yeah.
At least in the East. I'm still high on what the Suns will be once they ever get fully healthy. But man, they look good. They look good. The only thing that I'm worried about, I think, with the Bucks would be their depth. They don't have exactly a ton of people on that bench that I would want having meaningful minutes, but when your starters are as good as their starters are, I don't know how much it's going to really matter. So, yeah, Giannis, I think, is doing a really good job of making Dame's transition as comfortable as possible. Really, when Dame gets hot, Giannis has no ego in terms of, like, I need to still get mine. Like, he's just letting Dame cook. And I think that's going to be probably the biggest part of this entire, feeling out process and chemistry building. If Giannis is not going to have an ego, that's going to make it about as seamless as possible. The only thing that we need to see from a chemistry standpoint is a night where Giannis has it going. How does Dame fit in with that? Like, does Dame, is he able to still be effective without having the ball in his hands as much? I don't see a reason to believe that he won't, but I think that's really the only thing. And we're a week into the season, so I think, if I'm a Bucks fan, I'm feeling really good. And the Celtics do look good, but at the end of the day, they struggled with the Knicks. Right, that was a close game. They struggled with the Heat, missing like 4 players already in the season. I don't know. The Celtics win; they're winning. Wins are wins, but I think the Bucks have looked much more impressive with their new look team than the Celtics have so far.
The Celtics games always gonna be tougher. They just
because they fuck up too much. They have too many fuck ups.
You know what I'm saying? They make life tough. The Bucks, and watch Giannis gonna get a 40-point game, and Dame, just what you said. You know what Dame gonna do? Sit right at that 3. He gonna kick it out. Boom. Go live at the 3, and he gonna hit it. So it's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get 40. He might get 20-something just from shooting threes and then rest from free throws.
The only reason why I brought that up is because we've never seen Dame not be like the guy taking the most shots, all those things. So like, that's not always an easy transition. That's the only reason why I bring it up. I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Go ahead.
I don't think he's the guy now. I think he's number 2 now.
You think whatever it is, the refs love his ass because I ain't never seen him get so many foul calls in my life. He done turned into James Harden. I'm like, damn, how 20 free throws?
Yeah, I guess
I ain't never seen him take that many, bro.
Yeah, I guess they think he got a chance to actually win it now. So they're let me help. They got some parlays.
He getting that star treatment, man.
Hey, but what you got to remember too, though, he's never had even as good as Aldridge was, he's never had a Giannis on his team, right? If he's driving to the lane, you're a little more hesitant to pop off Giannis than you would be basically anybody else in the league. So it's a lot of later contests that are leading to fouls, in my opinion.
And my boy Free, you got to take that to account. My boy Free now too, so he finna ball out. Just saying.
Oh yeah,
he's single.
He can take.
He left
everything and everybody.
It's a new start,
new city, new me.
Oh yeah,
man.
All right, let's talk about the rookie phenom though, Wemby. So he's had a couple games now. They beat
Rudy.
Who was I watching them play the other night? I'm just going to disregard that. They played the Rockets, so not a great time, not a great team, but they lost a close one in his debut, and he seemed not thrilled, which was interesting. Like his very first game, he's like fuming that they lost. But what do you guys
They
think of
should
Wemby
have
so
won.
far?
Yeah, should have
Joe,
won if he won in
what do you think?
foul
What do you think of Wemby?
That he do look good for real. I mean, there's definitely been times where he definitely looked like he was overpowered and mismatched just physically, but he easily could win Defensive Player of the Year with the way his length and the way his ability to affect shots. I could easily see him winning Defensive Player of the Year as a rookie, but I don't see him averaging more than 16 points this year. I think he got to learn the flow of the game still and pick his spots. I think he still feel that, yeah, I'm the most athletic guy out there. I can do what I want. But these some grown men out here who can play too. And I think that's just going to take him a little bit. And Pop going to slowly teach him. And once he figured that out, where he can pick his spots and get into certain situations and the way he can dribble and the way he can facilitate, it's going to be dangerous. And he's going to be real, real good. Like, he is easily going to be a top 5 player in the NBA in the next 3 years. Like, he raw, but he got that potential with Pop there. They gonna teach him. He gonna grow quick as fuck, and he gonna be lethal. But right now, he just seemed a little trying to catch up to the speed of the game and the size and the strength. But he'll get there halfway through the season. After All-Star break, the second half of the season is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be you're gonna be seeing.
So Joe, let me ask you a follow-up question. How you feel about your Scoot Henderson Rookie of the Year pick so far?
Bro, it's early, bro.
It's not happening.
It's early, bro. Come on.
You just told me this man's gonna be a top 5 player in 3 years.
Okay, what's that got to do with Rookie of the Year? There's been Rookie of the Years that flamed out the year after. That don't mean shit.
I heard you.
What do you think of Wemby so far?
If Wemby don't average 20, he gonna average like 18. And the only way he not gonna average it, and he really should average 20 this first year. The only reason he might not is because of ticky tack fouls, because he's real efficient. But that's like you gotta.
He's so big.
No, you gotta do that to him though, because you can't just let him come in as a rookie just thinking he gonna do bullshit like that and think that's gonna fly the whole season. So it's like, welcome to the NBA. Pick your spots. You know what I'm saying? But if he did that, and you saw at the end of the game, dude just came in. He's efficient.
With 5 fouls.
With 5 fouls. He's efficient. He didn't let up, even though like he had 5 fouls, he still didn't let up. And then he went to the play against Kyrie was something that where I was like, now that's very telling. Because he's not scared to stand in front of your guards. Now it's gonna be to a point like the guards might try to get around him, but even if you get around him, he's 7'4". He might come from behind and block your shot and hurt you over. The problem, I think Wemby is cool. The problem, I think, is really with San Antonio as the team, because like the last shot of the game, you probably should have given it to Wemby, but you don't. That bullshit that they did, I get why they're doing it, because everybody's on there. But it's gonna be picking, like Wemby's supposed to be coming in to be that guy.
What's the dude name? Shohan? What's his name?
Yeah, he's cold.
He's cold. They trying to develop him too. It's like a balance, because that dude legit, man.
I thought they was gonna sneak into
Sochan's more of a Draymond than a star.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he's a good player.
I thought this is why I thought they was gonna.
You gonna see Jordan Poole 2.0, bro.
Yeah, because they just gotta find. Yeah, like everybody on the Spurs is just, they were out there just playing a team. They mesh well together, but it's like you got to find a way to fit Wemby in there as him being that guy, and everybody got to believe in him.
I think the most impressive thing about Wemby has been so far, the most impressive thing to me has been he can go a long time without any real touches or shots or anything, and like it just doesn't seem to affect him.
Nope, and he go play
like that first game. The first game you guys talked about when he debuted. He's in and out with foul trouble. That messes with a lot of players offensively. Like they can't usually get their shot going because they're out of rhythm. And he didn't care. And then against the Rockets, he went a lot of touches without getting the ball. They're down 2, under a minute to go. Just give the rock to Wemby. He goes in, lays it in, ties the game. They go to overtime, and he wins. Like he's already showing that kind of like it factor. Like when money's on the line, just give me the rock. I'm gonna make something shake. That's impressive to me. The thing that I think I'm worried about the most so far, and I think it's just like you were saying, Joe, getting used to the NBA and the athleticism and the physicality of you can tell that he does not feel like he is as athletic as he was when he was playing in Europe.
Facts.
A lot of the fouls that he got when he was in foul trouble in their first game, it was a lot of these things. You see big men all the time. They feel like they're about to get beat, put their hands on them. They want to put their hands on somebody to kind of slow them down, and then they want to take their hands back off and try and play defense. He did that a couple of times where it's like, okay, you can say that's a ticky-tack foul, but, I mean, the guy's 7'4". If you're going to allow him to then, like, stop people once they get by him, like, then, yeah, of course he's gonna be the GOAT defensive player at that point. So I think he just kind of has to learn, like, some of those new things. Like, he doesn't have to play as close up on people because of how tall he is. So I think it's just a getting used to the physicality and how players are going to try and get it and play against him. Like Grant Williams, I thought for Dallas did a really good job of he just got like basically under him. And he's like, all right, yeah, you might be 7'4", but how comfortable can you be if I'm right in your shit this entire time? And I think Wemby adjusted, but you know, he's just gonna have to learn how to navigate those types of things, like those types of players.
Because that's the one thing I noticed too is when Wemby gets a post up, he still got that guard mentality where he turn and swoop the ball down. If he got you underneath me, he's so fucking tall. All you gotta do is turn and hook that shit up. He too much want to turn and face up too much. Pop gonna take care of that, and once he get his post game together, it's a wrap.
15 games.
If he just gets,
if he can just get to the elbow, I don't care if you're underneath me. I'm just gonna throw that bitch over you.
15 games, he gonna be cool because the way he adjusted with this, like that's why I think it's like I still think it's a ticky-tack foul. All big men do that, but like you said, it's like transition from the European League to NBA. They trying to say like. You know what I'm saying?
The
they just
quickest
say,
way
like,
to get a whistle.
You can't let Shaq do it either.
Put your hands down here to put your hands on somebody that's dribbling. They're going to call it every single time, even if it's
but that's still
incidental and
like the
whatever.
ref saying like we not gonna let you do this shit. We'll let you get away with a few times. But
all he has to learn
is
just don't put your hands there. Yeah. Use your body to kind of bump them and slow them down. Once he learns that, he's gonna be straight. Yeah, you'll get a ticky-tack foul every once in a while, but most times you're going to be cool and you're going to be fine. He's going to be good.
That boy is going to dominate. I'm telling you, in 5 years, bro, like he's going to be the best player in the NBA. Like literally 5-6 years down the line, he's going to be the number one player in the NBA.
As soon as LeBron retires.
And man, LeBron is already off everybody's.
I was just playing.
He's going to dominate.
LeBron top 10, bro.
Wemby in 5 years going to be the best player in the league, and ain't nobody going to be fucking with him. Like, for real.
I mean, it honestly might be just 3.
Yeah, real. I'm trying not to be too optimistic, but
it could be next year. Like, depending on how this season, like it could be next year.
If he averages 18 to 20 this season, he averaging 30 his third year. like, for real, he can shoot. This dude pulled up and just dribble, shot, swat, come down, in and out.
This man 7'4",
then come back and play equal defense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he don't get tired because he choose his spots. So it's like he's super efficient right now. So it's like he don't need to take 40 shots to go get this. He can take 20 shots and he might make 15 of them. And then you go put him on the line because you go.
I think the thing I love the most about Wemby's game is he also does not need the ball in his hands for more than 3 seconds. He's not one of these guys. He's not one of these guys. He's not like a Luka who needs to dribble for 12 seconds to make a move and then get a shot off. Like you can run an entire offense and then okay, boom, right there, boom, okay, good night.
They need to make,
they
need to make some moves too.
He looks like he's gonna be special. But let's talk about one of the contenders in the West right now, the Suns. They're banged up. Beal has not played yet, and now Booker played really well in Game 1 and has missed both of their following games with a toe injury. Beal dealing with the back. So, toe, back, both kind of not great injuries to be nursing throughout the season. So what I want to know from you guys, should Suns fans be worried? Joe?
No, not at all. From what I heard, the Devin Booker toe thing has been something he's been dealing with, and it'll kind of just flare up. Even though he did just drop all them that good ass game, then got set the next game. But from everything I heard, it was something that's always been there, and he's been dealing with it all summer. Brad, you can look at Brad until he got a bad back at this moment, but I think they'd be all right. You can literally watch him on the bench and watch him get up and watch him walk. You can tell he got a bad back. He looks stiff as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be fine, bro. They'll be all right. I like the way they role players are actually playing. Jordan Goodwin, shout out, he's been looking good. Man, I like they role players have been fitting good. Grayson Allen needs to go to the bench. He should not be starting.
I think he does. I think once Beal and Booker are back, I think that's the move.
He's on the bench. Yeah. Okogie look good. Like they look decent. Nurkic, they need to stop running so much through him, but I guess that's all they can do.
Here we go.
They're running too much offense through him.
He is a very good passer. He is a very good passer.
Not too much. But I do like it. It's better than what Ayton brought. I do think it's better than what Ayton brought. I like it. It's another dimension to the offense, but it was a little too much right now. But I think that's all they have. Suns are fine. They'll survive. I like their role pieces. They're gonna have to come up and catch up, though. I don't know if it depends on how long these injuries last. They may not get that 2 seed.
Yeah.
Like if Brad and Booker missed like 10 games in the beginning of the season, that's gonna be tough to catch up to early on.
Yeah, it'll still be
because they're gonna miss some more later just for rest and like all those things. Devion, what do you think?
I'm not worried about them at all. Like no Booker, they still winning games. Like the Lakers game, you just what I'm saying, you just got the AD that you needed to get it, and they lost by 5 points with no fucking no Booker, no Bill. You know what I'm saying? And KD was just being a normal KD. So it's like KD, the number one option. Eric Gordon go shoot a lot of fucking shots. Eric
Gordon looking good.
He's just being Eric Gordon. That's all it is. He getting a chance to be Eric Gordon again. He gonna shoot a lot of shots. Goodwin gonna be nice, and bro, Nurkic is just gonna be like he's crucial. Like I just like the way he fits that. This made me realize.
We talked about it over the summer in the offseason, right? Role players that know their role players and embrace their role.
Made me realize like how bad Aiden really was with them. Like for real. Because of they doing a lot, but they don't have to score as much. The offense don't gotta go through them as much. They just playing their roles. And KD go be KD. So you don't gotta complain about nothing. If they don't get the number 2 seeds because of injuries, they go still be top 4. So as long as they can float and get like top 4, when they come back, oh boy, they got some problems. The West got some real problems. They got some, and they don't need all 3 of them to play in the whole playoffs either. The way I'm looking at this, you don't. But in the finals, you probably need all 3 of them to play.
I think if they want to beat Denver, I think they need all 3.
Yeah,
I don't think they're beating Denver without all 3.
But they might not run into Denver until like the last round. You know what I'm saying? To get
Western Conference Finals and on, I think they would definitely need all 3.
Yeah.
I would need to see how some of these other teams develop throughout the year to really co-sign that. But
yeah, I think they good.
My reaction is I think if I was going to go 1 to 10.
We don't need you to co-sign.
Thank you, Joe. I think if I was going to go panic scale like 1 to 10.
White man always want to co-sign something.
I would go 4. I would go 4. Like I think a back injury is pretty. Like I think that's concerning. I think they're being overly cautious. Like I think if this was like April, May, I think Brad could play. But just as a back, NBA. I think it's something they have to worry about flaring up again. That's where my concern is. Like it's not that like he couldn't play right now if they needed him to play, but it's okay. But then if he does play, is it gonna get fucked up more? And then like later down the road, they're gonna be messed up. So,
bro, so you just said he doing a Kawhi. So now you okay with Kawhi doing it?
No.
I'm just saying. That's Kawhi's excuse. It can flare up.
I'm saying I think he's hurt. I think he could play through it. But I think what I'm saying is what I'm worried about. Even once he comes back, the nature of back injuries, I don't think it's like a sure thing that once he comes back, he's going to be good and healthy the rest of the year. I'm saying I think there's a higher risk for re-injury. Not that he's going to sit out. No.
Yeah.
Not that he's going to sit out.
Just say yes.
Just say yes. I mean, if I agreed with the statement, I would say yes. But no, I'm saying Yeah, I mean, I'm always worried that Kawhi's going to hurt.
You're describing the exact same thing Kawhi says. Kawhi says, I'm hurt and my knee's bad.
Yeah.
It can flare up and then I can get hurt even
they
more.
both
That's
got
why I'm
Right,
not
but
playing.
I don't think.
injuries
But
that can lead
Brad
to
is not
other
sitting out
injuries, yeah.
games where he feels fine. Kawhi sits out games because he feels fine. Be like, oh, I need to watch my minutes or watch my games. No, that's not
How
what's
do you know
happening
that?
right here. He's admitted it.
No, bro.
Kawhi has said like, no, yeah, I don't want to do back to backs because it could hurt. Like that's not what's happening with Beal. Beal is hurt. Would have to play through pain.
Man.
What I'm
NBA
saying,
investigate.
Yeah,
Investigate.
I mean,
You go investigate James Harden, investigate the Suns.
well, James Harden's only getting investigated because he was not with the team.
No. Well, I guess they're investigating the 76ers because they were like, well, how come there's no reason for him not to be there?
Right, to be there in person. Like he could have missed the game, but with the new rules that we had talked about a few episodes ago, he has to still physically be with the team. And the Sixers said, no, stay home. Yeah, I mean, we could have.
It wasn't the Sixers, it was a security guard.
You're right, Joe. That security guard was
That's
going rogue.
No, I'm just saying that's a
Florida.
fucked up job for the security guard. Be like, hey, bro, I'm sorry you can't get on the plane.
Yeah. You know what? That reminds me, Joe. We do need to talk about that, though. We
What,
need
the
to talk about
76
that.
organization?
Yeah, James Harden
Maxey was
situation.
good.
What do we make of this? What do we make of this, Joe? Your thoughts on the whole just mess that is this? That is the 76ers.
He gonna play. He gonna play, fit right in. He gonna play the whole season, and they be fine. He may get traded if it fall apart and they don't work out. He get traded halfway through the season, but I think he'll gel, come right in, get 20 and 10, be just fine. He had to show up because of the money. He don't have to talk to the president. He don't have to talk to Daryl Morey. He ain't got to talk to nobody but Joel Embiid. Show up, play basketball, go to a strip club when you want to, do what you do. If you don't ball out, they trade you half of the season. If you play well, you get a chance to go and lose in the playoffs again, and then you can move on. I don't think it's a bunch of nothing, to be quite honest.
Bunch of nothing. All right,
James Harden, because he got to show up, or he gonna be Carmelo Anthony and gonna have to sit for a year or two and humble himself if he want another opportunity. So he better figure it out.
Yeah. If Daryl Morey stays there, he gone. I ain't gonna lie to you, Joe. I don't think they can work that shit out. I think it's just like for real, because if you gotta,
you ain't gotta talk to him. You
it
ain't
don't
gotta
matter.
see him.
It's at this point you can see it's more so like a principle thing. So it's not like
you say you was gonna give me my money.
And you didn't do it. So even if I'm winning, I'm making me look good, but it's also benefiting him. I think they at a point like that. So it's just like,
I read this online, so I don't know how true this is, but it seemed like most people were co-signing this. Another kind of underrated dick move by Daryl Morey. Apparently, like Kelly Oubre, like
I heard about
Harden's
that
woman, and
and then you brought him on the team.
He signs Kelly Oubre to the team. Like that just kind of makes the
ain't no way.
Yeah, I heard that. And he had 2 kids with him. That used to be so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you not about
it's just
to
like
play
little
for
things like that. It's like
that.
okay,
yeah. So it's like, and then
oh yeah, you playing on my name, bro. You don't think I'm about that life now? Fuck that.
I think I'm wrong now about that trade thing, because if like I forgot about that. So if they got Daryl Morey doing a little bullshit like that, I think the players are going to be like, I want to play with James Harden, and then he'll get a little bit more sympathy where you have a little bit more trade stock. So I don't think and Maxey's playing well. James Harden might play a few games because they go find him, and then they go package his ass up and say, look, if he plays like this with us and it's bad blood, imagine how he's going to play with a fresh start, and they go ship his ass off somewhere. Like, I'm for real. It's just the way that it's just setting up. It's like,
that's not a bad move.
You got to like you got to get rid of him fast.
The situation here that makes this tricky is I don't know who wants James Harden right now. Like, I don't know who wants to trade for him. I don't think they do.
I don't think they want him.
They don't want to give up Terrence Mann and 2 first-round picks. Which is insane.
I mean, just think about the Clippers just be saying roster. Think about the Clippers roster. You already have Russ, PG, and Kawhi. Why would you want James Harden?
That don't make sense.
Like, I don't see the fit there for them. Like, unless you're getting rid of one of those 3, and like I don't know why you would get rid of any one of those 3 for James Harden.
Well, the report was also that James Harden was close to going back to Houston, and then Daryl Morey was like, "I'm gonna give you your money if you stay." And then he was like, "Okay, I'll stay." No, that's not. I'm sorry. I'll take that back. The story was he was gonna go to Houston, but then Houston hired Ime Udoka, and he called Ime. And Ime was like, "Nah, bro, we good. We going in another direction." So he was this close to going back to Houston until Houston hired Ime Udoka, and then he was like, "Nah, bro, we don't want James Harden."
It makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's according to Stephen A. Smith.
I still think the ultimate resolution here is a buyout. I think that's just what makes the most sense here. I don't think anyone's going to give up anything for James Harden.
Killer buyout.
Buy him out and then let him go wherever he wants.
Portland.
You think you're important?
Hey, I don't know who else.
If he gets bought out, well, like I can't remember what's the rules to like the buyout, because if he gets bought out, he's just gonna go to a team where he think he can win. Like fucking, I take him on the fucking Lakers. Right. Shit. Like if you get James Harden at a discount like that, fuck it. We don't got no point guard.
But he's not going to sign somewhere unless he get that money. Yeah. You don't want that guarantee that you're going to get that.
Well,
money.
I mean, he might sign like a.
You're going to have to sign him to
like a season-long like prove it deal.
He'll do one, and if he think he get a ring, just think about this. If you do it and he got a buyout, then he gets a 1 year. Just this is just a 1 year. And then he fuck around.
You know what I think? If that happened, if James Harden actually got bought out, you know where I want him to go? Just because it'd be for the
Miami. No, Miami for the greatness. Pat Riley can make that work.
I want him to go to Dallas. I want to see the just complete bullshit of a Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Luka Doncic shit show that will not make the playoffs, and it'll just be hilarious. That's what I want to see.
You fucking wild, boy. That's not. You look, that's that James Harden slam. That's that hate right there.
Put James Harden and Euro James Harden together.
All right, we got and Kyrie. No, that's dysfunctional, bro.
We got a question on YouTube. I think we can get more into sports gambling here. So Kobe Watson asks, "What do y'all think about LeBron over 21.5 points tonight?" Joe, you are Mr. LeBron James.
Yeah, who they playing?
Playing the Kings.
You
should know that.
He gets 21.
High possession team. Yeah. So you say yes.
First of all, hold on. He gonna score. Ooh, actually, he may not score 20. I'm gonna say under.
You're gonna say under.
I'm gonna say under.
Devion?
I'm gonna say under because Anthony Davis can eat against the Kings. There's no who's Sabonis. This is his matchup. Anthony Davis should ball out. I'm gonna go under. Okay. LeBron gonna have like 18, 10, and 10.
That is why
he gonna play.
He's talking about that shit.
And he's gonna play 29 minutes. 18, 10, and 10. 29 minutes.
That shit. Man, I don't know. They playing in California, so Anthony Davis might have a decent game. Like when he's in California, he all right. You know what I'm saying? He do all right. So, but I'll go over because I don't count on AD having 2 good games in a row.
Yeah, Joe, I'm with Devion. I'm gonna take the over just because I see no rim protection except for like the 12 minutes that JaVale McGee's gonna play for the Kings. So I would take. High pace. I think there's a lot of transition opportunities. I think LeBron can get to 22. I don't think that's a tough ask for him against the Kings. I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to necessarily win, but I think LeBron can get the.
Well, it's going to be a 120 to 115 game.
Exactly. Someone's got to put the ball in the basket, right? So I think LeBron is certainly one of those people. But all right, guys, you know how we end this show.
I'm gonna be right there.
We choose love. We choose violence. Joe, I know you thought about your answer before this show, so I want to hear what you got. You in a loving or a violent mood?
I'm gonna do both. First of all,
shit.
Actually, I'm choosing love. I throw my love out first. I'm gonna give love to the team we just talked about, the Kings. I disrespected them. I had them with like a 7 AC. I was like, they ain't gonna. I'm saying, I thought that people were saying catch up to that offense. That's a high-powered offense. That's tough. That's a high-powered offense, bro. They so good. And De'Aaron Fox took a step up. Like,
told you,
if he can keep shooting threes like he's been doing, something about that fourth quarter, that man don't miss. He about that life. Now I'm gonna choose violence, and it's gonna be a point guard. And we talked about him earlier. D'Angelo Russell gotta go, bro. He gotta go. Fuck a 6-man. Fuck a bench. He gotta go. He ain't got his jump shot back. He's still clanking threes. The bro gotta go. He fucked us up in the playoffs, and he continued to fuck up. This man missed so many threes in the playoffs, and then continue to stay after the game and take threes to come back into the next game and still miss threes, and he still can't make shit. He gotta go. I don't know what we gotta do. I don't know who we can trade him for. I'll take campaign.
Oh
Shit,
my!
I'll take anybody.
Yeah, you don't like him.
You
I'll
think
take
you
somebody.
think the
All right,
Milwaukee
D'Angelo Russell gotta
Bucks?
go.
You think the Milwaukee Bucks want the head problem of
No,
D'Angelo
bro.
Russell?
I was just throwing a name out there that is a point guard that is not good offensively, not good defensively, just average. Just an average ass nigga. That's what we need.
Just someone that's gonna run around.
That's what we need.
Just
Because
run
it
around
ain't
and fuck
D'Angelo Russell.
Devion, what you got, bro?
Basically. Just pass the ball. That's it. Don't do stupid shit.
Yeah, facts.
What you got, Devion?
Oh yeah, well Joe stole my shit because I was about to say I love the Kings because they just hey. I'm really exactly what I thought they'd be too, and that loss against the Warriors wasn't like too terrible. You know what I'm saying?
That was just Steph. That was Steph doing Steph.
Yeah, it's Steph
You can't-
doing Steph, but that's Chris
And CP3.
Paul getting a double. Yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like the way it played out, like 7 games of that in the playoffs, you run across them. Nah.
Oh, well, I'm surprised you didn't choose violence on Chris Paul because he looked garbage the first 2
I don't
games.
got time. You
Steph-
talking about him?
Steph
Hey.
Steph came here and said, "Get this motherfucker out
Chris
the
Paul
way."
is
In
late
the
in the
post game.
season, man. I'm telling you, he really should be 6 man. So but the Kings, bro, they gonna be dangerous. I'm telling you, De'Aaron Fox go average 30 this year. Like if not, it's gonna be damn near close, bro. They go average 115 points a game. Watch, like real shit.
Yeah.
They go score a lot, and this boy got a motor. He's just like
He
got a fucking battery. He got a Tesla battery or something in his back. Like, dude, don't stop. So Kings gonna be dangerous, and they go in playoff time come. People better be praying that they don't play them certain teams better be praying that they don't play them because they go get some people out of there. So I'm cool with them. But James Harden, get bought out, I'll take him on the Lakers. So and I'm just saying I'm gonna keep throwing that out there. I'll take it. Better than D-Lo. Better than D-Lo. Better than D-Lo.
Are you
I'll
sure?
take that.
It is
Are
better.
you sure?
It's better than D-Lo.
Are you sure?
It's better than D-Lo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 1,000% positive. Get his ass.
We got LeBron
Get
James.
his
LeBron
ass.
James not gonna let James Harden
Out
fuck
of
up in
there.
the fourth quarter.
He ain't. James Harden coming to the Lakers. I'm changing everything. We looking good to win the ring. Like real shit. We'll find a way to get his fuck up together.
Sure would.
Get D-Lo out of there. I second that, Joe. I second our 3rd, 4th, and 5th. His ass got to go.
To go.
He gotta
Outta
go. I don't care who you send him to. I take Chris Paul. Trade him. I take Chris Paul over him at this point. Like I'm serious. I want him gone.
Man.
Like
I'll take Max Strus.
anybody.
All right, yeah, they'll just be the next
Bring
former
Rondo.
Miami Heat
Look,
player that
bring
your entire
Rondo
fan
back.
base bashes.
Bring Rondo
Bring
back.
the fuck up.
Give me Rondo and Dwight Howard. Shit.
Bring him
fuck
back.
it.
Look, both of them.
Bring
Let's take all.
the circus. Bring the circus.
allegations,
Dwight Howard got some
rumors
bigger
about it.
problems than
Yeah.
Bring the blonde wigs and
Bring
everything.
it here.
That's why-
He'll be
All right.
front page
Yeah,
LA
yeah.
every
I'm
week.
choosing.
Come on.
I'm
You
choosing
can't-
hate. I got hate on my heart right now, and it's really old news, but the news came out again. I don't know why Brad Beal had to do the fucking interview where he started talking about the offseason shit, but the fact that
Damn, you having a flare up, huh?
2 stars said they want Miami, and Miami got none of them. Pat, I love you.
That's your boy Pat.
I love you, Pat. You've done so much for the Heat, but I said it way back.
Look!
When you-
They turning on him just like the Knicks did on Phil Jackson. Look, it's about to happen. Sorry,
No.
it's about to
We're
happen.
not.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
Relax. I'm hating on this very isolated summer. I'm just saying when somebody of that caliber comes available, you take it. You just take it. You don't do this what if Dame and blah 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 because you're relying on too many other things. I've hated on this 1,000 times, but the fact that it came out that Brad really didn't even have the Suns on his fucking mind until the Heat dragged their goddamn feet. He had a no trade clause. If you just would have engaged with him, you fucking had him. You had him for fucking Kyle Lowry, goddammit. Like, just get him. And the part that really pisses me off the most, I could have had my Billiken with him. Jordan Goodman could have been part of the package. I would have had so many my fandoms all align in one spot, and it got fucked up because the Heat dragged their feet. And what it sounds like, it's not even really Pat, Joe, that I'm most mad at. It sounds like the owner came in and was dragging his feet on wanting to pay, because if you go above, whatever the certain tax bill, the tax apron, you get hit with an extra fee. And it said it sounded like he was not willing to do that for Beal.
I don't believe that. I
don't know, Joe.
Miami fans don't ever talk about the owner until now, because y'all don't want to discredit Pat Riley. Get the fuck out of here.
No,
maybe they ain't have no faith
talked
in
about
his back
the entire time that Jimmy Butler has basically been there, because because the way that the tax rule works is if you consistently, like consecutive years, go above it, it keeps increasing that limit, and he has refused to do that.
Ain't worried about it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, I don't know how that saves Mickey, but basically Miami has refused to do that. So basically, if they go over it for 1 year, the next year he's refusing to eat that extra tax, and I can't get behind that. You're not willing to go over to get that third star for your team, and now look what happened. Jrue Holiday went from the Bucks to the Celtics, and Dame went to the fucking Bucks. Now look at you. You got an uphill battle in the East. You already kind of had an uphill battle in the East, but Jimmy just kept finding ways to fucking get over it.
Y'all don't want to win.
Help. Stop being cheap.
Y'all don't want to win.
But we're 3 and possible.
Let us out.
Stop it.